Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Earth and Owl and Beginners Week Live. I'm so excited about this week. So first and foremost, someone let me know in the comments that everything is all good with the audio and visual. I usually ask that at the top of every live class, just to be sure. We've got quite a crew tuning in this morning, so thank you so much for giving me your time and attention. And I have just a few housekeeping items to go over since it's our first day. Please do some warm-up stretches while I am going over my bullet points here. Sound is good, says Victoria. Fantastic. So glad. So, as you know, I was supposed to have guests this week, but Nebraska got a ton of snow, and we were not even able to go to our family Christmas yesterday because of travel conditions. So I have no guest today. You just get me. Hope that's okay. All right, so let's go start stretching. First of all, my name is Nikki. I am 43 years old. I have 3 children, 22, 18, and 16. I am a former public school teacher. I was in the education system for about 10 years before I gave it all up to open my own yoga and rebounding studio in a small town in Nebraska. That was in 2018. Just a few years into it, the pandemic hit, and that's how I ended up here on YouTube. I have no formal training in technology and videography, but over the last almost 4 years, I like to think I've improved my skills, and you'll notice as you watch my videos that the editing gets better and better and better the newer the videos are. Okay. What else? Today, something I just wanted you to know is that rebounding is harder than it looks. So if this is your first time, even though today's a 15-minute class, if you only do 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that is fine. That is normal. Many people start with just a minute or two. So if you start and you're like, whoa, this is way more than I expected, that's okay. Also, as you're watching me, just note that your rebounder and my rebounder might be different. My tension settings might be different, and that can impact your experience. I have some videos explaining tension on my YouTube channel. Secondly, form is absolutely critical. I'm going to go over it briefly here in the first 5 minutes, but if you have not watched my form tutorial in the Getting Started playlist, after today, I want you to go back to the top of my channel, find that Getting Started playlist, and check out the form tutorial, the FAQ video. There's some other frequently asked questions videos there in that playlist. I do have other beginner rebounding series. I have a 3-minute, a 5-minute, a beginner progression program. My channel is highly organized. You just have to take a moment to figure out how to navigate it. I suggest using the playlist feature because that is how everything is categorized. Also, finally, just a couple more things. I'm normally live 4 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and those are members-only classes. So these live classes this week are free to the public, but if you are interested in continuing on with live classes, you'll want to hit that join button. There are member perks in additional to the live classes. I also have a private Facebook group called Rebounding for Beginners and Seniors. Feel free to join that if you like. And that's it, I think. That's everything. Other than that, just be sure to follow on social media, Instagram, Facebook. I post, daily updates. I let you know when I've got a new video. Some of the guests that hopefully will be able to join me later this week are in some of my different rebounding series. I've got a Lymph Love series for true beginners. I have Bouncepalooza, stress relief, all kinds of different workouts at various intensities. So, all right, we are off and rolling. Hopefully you've done some stretches while I was chit-chatting. I'm just going to get a couple in here, little twist. I like to make sure we've moved our spine in all directions. I know we have a lot of people who got rebounders for Christmas or, different holiday celebrations. So fantastic to have you here. Little side reach, get that lateral movement in. Ankles, feet are really important to get warmed up, especially if you have been inactive for a long period of time and you're just kind of getting back into it. Sore feet, ankles, burning calves are a common issue. So let me just show you my favorite stretch here. I'm gonna do it on the rebounder, but you can do it on the floor for more stability. So in your forward fold, if you are on the ground, use the rim of your trampoline here, and we're just gonna lift our toes and lift our heels, like so. You're gonna feel that in your calves and shins and ankles. Take a couple of focused, deep breaths. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and hit my timer to get us going. The first few minutes, I'm gonna go without music just to explain a couple things, and then we're gonna get a rhythmic beat going. You do not have to follow the beat. Go at your own pace and your own intensity. So let me hit that play button, double check any comments. Ready to bounce, good morning. I see a lot of my regulars who are always so positive and encouraging to new rebounders, so thank you for being here. All right, let's do this. Here we go. Timer on. Let's just start with our rebounder stance. As I said, form is absolutely critical. So you want your feet about hip width distance apart. Your knees are tracking over the ankles and middle toes. You can be barefoot or with shoes. It's personal preference. I have that in my FAQ video. You want a slight bend in your knees. So we're never ever locking out those knee joints. We're just keeping a micro bend at all times. There is a slight, ever so slight, hinge at the hips. So if you think of your hips as like a door hinge, opening and closing, we're not rounding our back, rather hinging at the waist and finding our booty slightly back, our chest lifted, our gaze ahead or out on the floor in front of you, 6-10 feet, somewhere in that vicinity. And we're just gonna start with a little momentum here. You can see my feet are not leaving the surface of the rebounder at all. I'm just using that bend in my knees to push, push, push down into the surface of the mat. I have equal weight distribution in my feet. A very common beginner mistake is to come up on the toes, all right? So keep that equal weight distribution with maybe even a touch more in the heels. So here's where you want to start. This may be all you do today, and that is perfectly fine, all right? This is our momentum bounce. Now, if you're feeling good with this, I like to move into what's more of a calf raise. So I'm going to get those heels lifting off the surface of the rebounder. I've still got that light hinge. I've still got the bent knee, and we're here. This is where people's calves really start to fire up. And if you've been inactive, you may only be able to sustain this for a minute or two. Normal, totally normal. So we're gonna stay mostly closed chain movement today, meaning one or both of your feet stay connected to the surface of the rebounder at all times. Later in the week, we'll move more towards lifting our feet off the rebounder, but some people never get to that point, and that's fine. You're gonna reap all the benefits of rebounding just doing this, The other stuff is fun. The things we're gonna be adding in today, just cherry on top of the sundae, okay? So right here, you're getting that wonderful lymphatic boost. Okay, are we ready to add a little music? And we're gonna start some arm movements, some leg movements. Be sure to keep your core super duper duper engaged. So I want everyone just to find some stillness for a minute. I want you to take a deep breath in, blow all your air out completely, and feel your abs tighten. So here we go, inhale. And as you blow every last bit of air out, you feel this tightening sensation right here. I want you to try to maintain that tight sensation while you bounce. That's keeping your core engaged. All right, we're down to 11 minutes. Let me get that music rolling. Hey, 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 lots of comments. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, here we go. Now, like I said, you can move to the beat or not. Relax those arms a minute. Take a deep breath. We're just doing a light little health bounce. Feet connected. We're going to take side one arm, little raise double. Looks like this. right here. Take it up. Double. Eight more. So we move in 8-count rhythms. Has to do with the musicality. All right, other side, double. How are those legs feeling? Calves burning a little bit? Eight more doubles, side two. We're going both sides, doubles right here. Look at this, we're doing like a little kind of a modified jumping jack here. Slow jumping jack. Now, as our 10 minutes that we have left progresses, I'm gonna get a little more challenging. So whenever you're ready to, tap out, so to speak, that's fine. All right, let's take this single time right here. So rebounding can actually be a wonderful arm workout. We get our arms involved a lot. Double check on your form. You've got a lot going on in your brain here. So make sure you got knees slightly bent, tracking over the ankles and middle toes, core engaged. All right, 8 more. Let's drop the arms right here, shake it out. We're gonna go to a front raise, double, side one. Here we go. Double side two, right here. Both at once, double, here we go. Now, anytime you get those arms out in front of you, really tuck that navel back. Catching the beat of the new song. Are we ready for singles in 8? In 4. Here we go. So we've just been health bouncing this whole time, throwing in some fun arm movements. Now we're gonna get our legs involved. Let's do a few more sets right here. Eight more. 4 more. All right, drop the arms. Maybe you need to take a little break, give it a little march, breath in. Now, I want you to not worry about the arms. We're taking them out of the equation for a minute. Feet about hip width distance. We're going out to the corner doubles right here. Out and in. Out and in. You can just keep the hands right here to focus on the leg. Now remember that your body weight and the tension setting of your rebounder is going to affect a lot here. Your speed, how low you're sinking into your mat. I like a firmer tension for beginners. Gives you more control. All right, 8 more doubles. We're taking it to single time. In 4, 3, right here. Right out to the corner. If your rebounder were a square. Now, the wider you take your legs, the more control you're gonna have on them. Take the bounce out, widen the legs a little bit. Harder would be here. And I'm getting much more bounce going. So you have the option at all times during all workouts to increase or decrease your intensity. All right, we're gonna start adding arms and legs together. Here's where it gets tricky. Let's come back to our health bounce in 4. Right here, perfect. Okay, let's start with doubles. We'll do some arm raises out to the side with a double kick out to the corner. Let me catch the rhythm here. In 4, doubles. Are you ready? Here we go. So now we're working our way up to a modified jack. So anytime you're watching a workout where there's jumping jacks involved, we're learning some modifications here. Are we ready to go single time? In 4. Single time. Check in on your form. You might have forgotten about it in an effort just to keep the pace. How's everyone doing? We're down to 4 minutes. Let's keep it right here for a little bit. Kind of tuning into the nice little fun beat of this song. Rebounding is so fun, so joyful, but harder than it looks. We're gonna come back to our health bounce in 4. Right here. Okay, now we practiced those front raises too. So we're gonna do some double front raises with the little corner kicks. In 8, starting with doubles. In 4. Here we go. One more set of doubles. Oh, we gotta go single time. I lost my count. Hold on. In 4, 3, 2, single time. I got to thinking. That's the problem. When you're rebounding and learning some kind of a move or choreography, you can't think about anything else, which makes this a moving meditation. Okay, I'm gonna throw a tough one at you here. We're gonna alternate back and forth between a side raise arm and a front raise arm. In 4. Out to the side, right here. Front, side. Picking up the beat, new song. Side, front. Now, if you are like, oh my gosh, that's too much, hey, drop the arm, or just stick with the side, or just stick with the front. All right, 2 more sets. Eight more. Down, bounce, hold. Okay, I'm gonna take this final minute and a half. For those of you who are, maybe you have been active, you're ready for this, and you wanna bring your feet off the rebounder. We're gonna try just a regular jack. In 4, 3, right here, out, in. You can stick with this variation. That's totally fine. There is no rush, but I am trying to accommodate a wide range of needs. And I know there are people out there who maybe are, they're in fitness classes. They've been active, they're just adding rebounding to their repertoire. So if you want to take the feet off, we're just doing a basic in and out. Most people are familiar with the jumping jack, so this is a very safe move for them. All right, pick your poison here, whether you're here, or maybe you're just down bouncing. Final 30 seconds. Then I'll take a look at the comments, answer any questions, and you can move on if you want to. If you're not new, go check out a pre-recorded workout. If you are new, brand new, I wouldn't do much more today. Your body needs a little time to acclimate and build the muscles. 5 seconds. And rest, shake it out. Let's do a little step tap here. Deep breath in. Let me know how that went for you in the comments. We're back tomorrow and every day this week. I'm going to turn the music down. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, friends. Does it take time to build in balance? I'm just going to answer some questions. Keep cooling down, keep breathing. We're going to do a little bit of stretching here. Yes, it takes time to build your balance. If you look at my Lymph Love series, which has a bunch of participants who have chronic illness, you will see their progression from day one. We are 3 months in, and you'll see how in that 3-month time span, how much they've improved with their balance, their confidence. They've had lots of victories, scale and non-scale victories in that 3 months. Yes, and like Rob says, if you are having trouble with any of the moves we did today, you can just health bounce. You don't have to do any of it. We just want you here participating and moving. Thank you, Carolyn. Diane made it for most of it. Taking a little break, understandable. Like I said, harder than it looks. First time attending live class. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, these live classes this week are available to the public. So yes, please share away. Invite your friends, anyone you know who has a rebounder. Let them in on the secret of Earth and Owl rebounding. We want them here. Okay, looks like I've answered, I think, most of the questions. So cool down is important. Again, I'm kind of speaking to the people who have been inactive for a while, or maybe, fitness is not something that's been a consistent part of their life. Stretch, stretch, stretch before and after. It's gonna save you so much headache. Most of the complaints I get from beginners about, my knees hurt, my low back hurts, my feet hurt, it's either improper form or they need to be doing some warm up and cool down. So for cool down, I especially like to hit the low back, hamstrings, hips. So let's go ahead and do that. Again, feel free to post any questions you might have as we go. So here's a favorite stretch of mine. And I do not reinvent the wheel when it comes to warm up and cool down. We do basically the same thing every live class. It's a few variations of basic stretches. So 1 foot on, 1 foot steps back. We're in a nice deep lunge here. We're hitting the hip flexors. And then I'm gonna add onto this a twist. So I've got my left leg on the rebounder and I'm taking my left arm up into the air, getting a few breaths in here. Now, if this is feeling really intense, that back leg can hop a little closer. And focused breathing. So really think about the sensation you're experiencing. Inhale, slow exhale. Now I'm going to take that back leg, hop it up so that I can stretch my left leg hamstring. And adding on to that, I can get my ankle by doing a little point and flex. And I'm not, rounding my back and reaching in that way. I'm, again, hinged at the waist, long spine, wherever you feel a stretch. I feel a stretch right here. I don't even have to go to the toes. All right, a few more breaths here. Okay, now we're gonna get that lunge in on the other side. Right leg forward, Claudette, welcome, first time, love it, that's fantastic. The diameter of my rebounder is 39 inches. So I'm on the Jumpsport 350 Pro. It's the one you'll see in all of my videos with all of my participants. The rebounder models that I tend to recommend are on my website, 𝐒𝐻𝐴nd𝐿.com. All right, so we're in this lunge. We're taking right arm into the air, right leg forward, right arm up. Focused breath. And it's really easy for people to kind of skip the warm-up and cool down. But again, I cannot emphasize enough the importance of it, especially if you are brand new. And it'll help you. I stretch several times a week. I teach some yoga classes, and you know, it helps with my kicks on the rebounder and various movements that I do. So just again, if you're looking on my channel for beginner videos, Lymph Love series, 3-minute series, 5-minute series are great for beginners. They are all in playlists. They're right there on my channel homepage. All right, and finally a little hamstring stretch here, just using the rim of your rebounder, reaching down, double checking any comments. Okay. Tuck your chin, let your head be heavy, your arms be relaxed. And we're gonna finish up today with a knees to chest. I will be back tomorrow, same time. So if you're a regular, these classes are an hour later than my normal live time, mostly because I was planning on having guests and needed, you know, some extra plan time, and we'll see. It's still snowing out, so, and I live in the country, so whether my guests will be able to make it or not, I don't know. So we're just hugging those knees in. You might have to, you know, grab your thighs. Sometimes it helps to have like a towel or a strap or a belt you can take around your shins here, but we're relaxing our shoulders, the muscles of our face. Few more deep breaths. All right, we're done for today. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is truly my pleasure and gives me so much joy. So, can a health bounce be done with a cold? Been battling a cold, but wondering if getting the lymph moving would help. I would say I've done a health bounce while I've had a cold. I actually have a series on my channel. I've had COVID once, and I did a series on my channel that kind of followed my recovery. And I did like a health bounce with a lymphatic pat down. I did a little 4-minute bounce. So you can definitely check that out, but I would say listen to your body if it feels okay for you. Good morning, 59-year-old male, love your videos. Just turned your mom to my videos. She is almost 80 and just started rebounding. Greg, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. My grandma is 89, Helen. She's in a whole series of my videos. I think we have at least a dozen, and we have some fun holiday themed ones. So rebounding really is for all ages. Of course, at a certain age, I recommend that everyone have the stability bar, just peace of mind, but yes. Oh, you want to see the snow? Hang on. Oh, it's like a whiteout. You can't even, yeah, it's too bright out there. You can't even see it. Nebraska was basically a no travel advisory yesterday. All right, very good. Okay, friends, I think that's it for today. Hope I've answered most questions. Any possible questions you might have are on my website. There's an FAQ on my website. There's an FAQ video here on YouTube. I can tell this is a process. I will work to stay consistent. So yes, rebounding is so much harder than it looks, and I think people see it and think it's going to be easy, but you're absolutely right. It is a journey. And sometimes, what's that saying? Something about the first step in a journey, something I can't remember the saying, but it's baby steps. And so we start with a health bounce and we progress from there. And I hope I didn't leave you feeling frustrated today. Again, my biggest message is figure out a move that you know you can do and still watch. We have people who watch my Saturday most advanced class that are just kind of health bouncing along to it because they enjoy the energy of the live classes. They enjoy the community that we have here, the people commenting. We have the same people coming every week, and it really is motivating and it's accountability. So if you are able to watch the live classes, even if you're just health bouncing, that's fantastic. Thank you, Karen. Loved the gentle music, cool down stretches, post-Christmas present. Yes. How many inches? Well, across Nebraska, it varied. I think out west they had, I don't know, like a foot of snow. And I don't even know. We only have maybe 3 or 4 inches here. I haven't really left the house for a few days. We had a whole day of rain prior to the snow, so we had slick ice underneath the snow. Claudette, thank you so much. All right, friends, I think I am logging out for today. I'll see you here tomorrow, same time, 11 Eastern, 10 Central, 9 Mountain, 8 Pacific. Have a wonderful day. Feel free to reach out, Nikki@earthandowl.com. If you have questions, I will try to get them answered ASAP. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.